Hello, YouTube. Today, I felt it was necessary to demonstrate Windows 11 with no DWM because I saw there was no videos of people, like doing games with it. So I'm going to show you what happens whenever you play CS2 or try. Well, I'm just going to run the benchmark, but it's going to crash. I know. I guess spoiler alert. I guess that's not too surprising considering the fact it's so built into Windows now. I remember I used to disable it in Windows 7. I would disable DWM just because it was kind of just dumb in there. So, but you can't do that anymore, at least without the game crashing. So I guess real quick, I'm going to demonstrate how to disable DWM so it's such a pain in the fucking asshole to do it now. So we're going to restart right here. And we're going to go to Windows recovery mode. I'm going to use my foot to do that. I'm going to hold the shift key down with my toe, as you can see. That's a pro gamer move right there. Pro gamer right there. And then you're going to go to restart. That's the real lame way of going into Windows recovery. Because apparently F8's disabled. I think you have to do the BCD edit to enable like the legacy boot mode, or you could just go into safe mode that way, which is so much easier. But they got rid of that, unless I forgot what tweak it was. Oh yeah, the BCD edit. So if you do that, I think you can enable the F8 key. All right, so we're gonna do reset your PC. Bam, advanced, startup, and then this is how you get into safe mode, the gay way, instead of just hitting F8. So, all right, it's doing that. It's gonna take a little bit. Oh wait, here's the menu. Oh yeah. So if you hit F8, it'll take you directly to this menu with that BCD edit. But yeah, you have to go through the gay Windows recovery thing now just to get to this, to add an extra step. Why not? You know, brilliant people, working in Microsoft, brilliant people here. So we're going to go. Oh, you know what? I got to do it a different way. I forgot I have to do the open the command prompt and then go into Notepad. That's what I got to do. Oh goodness, yeah, because doing it that way, so you can change these files that are protected in like a real lame way. So this is the login, because I kept that. So your login's gonna look like this. It's not gonna have the gay looking new UI that they have to log in. It's just going to be this like nice traditional terminal window, which looks way, cooler in my opinion. So I really wish you could make it like the Windows 95, 98 like one. That would be really cool. But of course, they had to get rid of that, you know. So I'm going to log in real quick. And then we're going to go back into the Windows recovery. Sorry, I'm so used to going into safe mode. Because potentially breaking my machine. Just figuring all this out. So I noticed we're going to hold down the shift key again with the toe. And then restart. So I noticed that Resources holds the, gay new Windows UI that sucks dick. So, if you delete that, you could actually get the classic theme back, the original Windows, how Windows is supposed to look, you can get, but your computer is just, it's so buggy once you delete the resources because they just like gutted some shit and then DWM and just bad design choices really is what it came down to, and they just fucked everything up. So, and that's why the other people made programs to like put back, the original Windows look. What's shouldn't have had to They shouldn't have to exist because Windows it should be allowed to look like that if you wanted to. Like they should have kept it. But there's fucking retarded faggots. So we're gonna go into set your PC, but we're not actually doing that. I'm really used to doing that. And then command prompt, and then we're gonna go to this is where we're gonna open Notepad. Right here. If I turn off caps lock, so Notepad, and we're gonna go to open. We're gonna choose all files. Yeah, I hope you could see that. All files. And now we're gonna just disable the fuck out of DWM. So we're gonna go to see. So whenever you open up Windows Recovery, make sure to adjust how it's on the boot. See how it's on the boot partition? It's on the Windows Recovery partition here. Make sure to put it to C, which is nice that it mounts that. Great. Wow, that's one nice thing they did, right? There's one thing. And now we're gonna go to Windows folder. And here's resources. And we're just gonna rename it back, for backup. You don't want to delete it. You don't need to delete it. You could just rename it. Okay, there's no reason to delete it. That's stupid. Don't delete. Okay, here's the thing. Like, see, also I have a copy of System Apps here. That's just for tweaks, but it's just good to keep a backup of the original shit in case you break something or Windows breaks something and you need to like add in some stupid gay shit that's required now. Because that's a trend how they have to, they stack just bullshit on top of bullshit, So you just keep a backup in case they want to do that bullshit. All right. Now we're in the System 32 folder. And so what we're going to do now is the best tweak to make your computer really fast is we're just going to right click and delete right here now. No, we're not going to. Which would actually work because it's in Windows Recovery. It would just totally wipe it. But we're not going to do that, although that would make your machine the fastest. We're going to scroll down here, and we're going to first do DWM, and it's going to be 2 files. Naturally, it's going to be first dwm.exe. But there's also another one you're going to do, and that's going to be dwm init.dll, this one here. And so we're just going to rename that back. Keep it, don't delete it, no reason. Here's the original, and I've done this before, so I even have, and I'll explain this in a second. So we're going to rename this dot back, and then what we're going to do here now is we're just going to hit C. All right, we're kind of in C already, but we're going to do command here. And we're going to pretend like I didn't do this ever. And we're just going to do, we're going to hit Control C to copy it. I'm going to back out of this folder because it's like stuck on some shit here and I can't like click off of it. Like if I try to do the edge here, it won't let me because I'm going to try and paste this, and I don't want to paste it while I'm clicking another file. So we're just going to hit up one level while that's like super fucking gay sounding. And then we're going to go back into system 32 and then hit Control V, which now copies that command.exe, which is, gotta find it real quick. CMD. All right. There it is. You know what? I don't know where the copy went, but oh, you know what? It might be. I don't know. So we're just gonna pretend like you did that, but I already did it, so it's whatever. And then we're gonna go to DWM and rename that copy of command.exe, the command prompt program, to DWM. Because Windows complains, like if you just rename DWM and don't have another file in place of it, like it's just like Windows gets like real gay and faggy and retarded when you do that. So you have to have like some kind of like pretend DWM there. All right. Just because Windows gets real gay about it. So there you go. So you copy and paste the command prompt program, rename it DWM. Okay. And just because this is like Windows recovery mode, although it still says DWM back, like if I up one level, all right, up one level, right? Fucking gay ass fucking name for some shit. All right, real fucking gay. All right, then you go back into the directory. It'll update the name of it. Okay. I'm gonna scroll down real quick. Okay, and you're gonna see that it's now the command prompt, and you can see the icon. It's the command prompt icon. It's just renamed DWM. All right, and that's the real faggy thing you have to do there. And then next, it's SI host shell infrastructure host. You're gonna go to that. All right, and I'm just gonna rename that back. Okay. Because that's like some DWM bullshit, part of that layers of bullshit, layers of gay shit on there. And then we're just trying to peel away all that gay. All right. Peeling away all that gay. Okay. So here we go. Just peeling it away now. All right. Finding SI host here. Sorry. Gonna scroll here. And there it is. SI host. Okay. Shell infrastructure. All right, you're gonna rename it. Bam. Okay. Renamed. And did I do the DWM init.dlo? Can't remember. Let me double check before we boot into this disaster of an environment. Yeah, so I did that. Yeah, so DWM init.dlo, you rename that, your original DWM, and then copy paste command prompt program, rename that DWM. And then the SI host. Okay. Now, we're going to boot into this bullshit. Here we go. Exit continue into Windows 11. I think those were all the files, I hope. I think. Yeah. Well, we're about to find out. We're about to see. But the nice thing is that once you disable DWM and I apply all the tweaks from the scripts, Before the game crashes, it actually runs at least the same speed as when DWM's enabled. So it's possible. It's possible to have, but it's probably a little faster, honestly. But the game crashes because, you know, Windows is gay and retarded. So it's DWM's like required at the minute. There might be something I could figure out. You know, maybe it's one of those DWM DLLs. You know, I could play around, try and figure it out. Um, See, but you know that was a pain in the ass doing that and figuring out. You know, like the SI host resources, what everything depends on. I'm trying to think if so. Here's a black screen. That's one of the things that happens when you do this. Trying to remember if there's a file I was missing. Sometimes it takes a second to start though once you do this because it's all fucked up. Okay, so all right. For some reason, it's asked me for my PIN. Shouldn't be doing that. Okay, we got the background or something like that. My background is not that, but okay, here we go. So we. I just kind of Control Alt Delete it a couple times, and then here we go. It drew it drew the desktop. All right, so you have to do some like real stupid, retarded shit to get the desktop to draw. But I don't have a background. My background's black, so you know, it's real OG like that. You know, uh, so we're gonna go boot up fucking CS2 from here. Oh, the desktop's like flashing. I Where is it at? Here it is. You have to also, yeah, if you do this, like Steam doesn't work. I noticed like I tried to open Steam and it just draws, I might show that, but it just draws a gray window or something. It doesn't draw anything. Chromium doesn't work. For me, I saw on some other videos people got Chromium to work, but not my machine. No, when I disabled DWM, none of that shit worked at all. Um, he also deleted the system apps folder, the whole thing. That didn't. When I did that, my machine just wouldn't. It was just black screen, and I had to find out which app it was, you know, to prevent that. You know, hold on. I gotta take my tampon out. Hold on. Gotta boof this zone. Boof it. One guy, one zen. Here we go. uh, yeah, I have like no fingernails. I can't open this. Oh, there it is. Oh, that kind of sounded a little gay, didn't it? All right, here we go. All right. So, launching CS2 with a bad script, uh, which is like real cool. You know, you're pretty cool if you do that. All right, so this might take an hour to load. I'm not sure. Oh, it's not. Oh, look, see, so that looks like that. That's broken. That's part of the Steam UI where it shows you like how gay you are. So it doesn't tell you that. Um, might take forever. But I just wanted to demonstrate that a game will run, it loads. Okay, here we go. Here's the taskbar. It looks like shit. It's all fucked up. You can like auto hide the taskbar, and that's not really an issue. Um, which I did when I was doing this testing. Like I just hit it because I thought maybe that was crashing it, but it wasn't. That wasn't the reason. But here we go. This is no DWM. I mean, it's really, there's no DWM here. You know, you could tell how fucked up everything is. um, Still pretty cool that it even loads. Like, you know, it works. And then, you know, we're just going to run a benchmark, and I'm just going to show you really quick that it doesn't last too long like me in bed. So, um, it's going to load. It's compiling some shaders, as you can see. It's doing that. And you're just gonna, it's just, I thought I'd show, you know, that it's runs, it's possible, but it crashes. Okay, so it's starting. What if it doesn't crash? If it doesn't crash, that would be really cool. Okay, yeah, that fucked up. Okay, I think it crashed. So yeah, it crashed. Yeah, but it's cool that it like, you know, tried. You know, I just saw other people test like third-party apps I never heard of, and they didn't try and play a game. Um, Maybe I can. Let me try to load another game besides CS2 and just see what happens. So I'm trying to go through. So everything's broken. So I'm trying to go through. I'm trying to close Counter-Strike, and I can't open. Task Manager breaks when you delete the resource folder. So you have no Task Manager. You'd probably have to download a third-party app to use as your task manager to kill programs at this point. But as you could see, like, good luck getting to that program, because this is how you're going to try and get to that program right now, is through what's going on here. And honestly, this is like the kind of behavior I remember from like Windows 98, which is kind of the funny thing, because it's like, look how cool it is. Like, there's the original panel. And because I have the not gay theme of Windows, it's like the original navy blue for the taskbar, as you can see. And it has the original buttons here for minimize, the nice gray squares that were perfected, that for some reason, you know, make everything look real gay. So, you know, I might have to restart. But that's fine, because you know what? We're just going to restart really quick. And then I'm going to try a different game and see if it crashes, which it probably will. But why the fuck not? Let's just try it. Just because I haven't seen any videos on YouTube of people trying to run a lot of software, at least games, on No DWM. So I just thought, well, in this point in time, unless, you know, it becomes possible, this is what happens. This is what happens when you run games with no DWM on Windows 11. I mean, this is Canary. Oh goodness, 279. I can't remember all the fucking. That gives you a good enough time frame for what the fuck period this is for you. So as you can see, like I'm on my Windows 11 period right now because I put my tampon in. So here we. Okay, I had to plug my cell phone in. All right, so hold on one second. Here we go. Now we're logging back in. And we're going to try a different game. We're going to try a different game here. And so we're going to give it a second. Because it's spazzing out because of DWM and everything. I'm sorry, SI host is missing, and so it's spazzing out here, and we gotta give it a second. Maybe we'll kickstart it. Oh yeah, there we go. All right. So I hit Control Alt, and for some reason that did a thing, unless that just did it right at the whatever. Okay, so we're gonna go in the good old games folder, and let's see here. Let's try. I know some of these use Vulkan. Medal of Honor, I think, is OpenGL. Soldier of Fortune's OpenGL. Let's try an OpenGL game and see what happens. Let's. So this is no DWM. Let's see. All right, it's not full screen, but it's running. Maybe get some audio on here. Okay. All right. This game is locked. I locked this game at 60 FPS because it has like physics bugs. Even it's weird because this uses the Quake 1 engine, um, which should at least be able to do like what was it, like 100 or 120? But oh, you know what? I think it fucking it crashed. Oh no, it didn't. Okay, that's cool. It didn't crash yet. Okay, so we're just gonna try single player. We'll just do my last save and see. Or no, this is the beginning of the game. Okay, all right. Well, it runs like shit. It's not running very good. There's also sounds crackling. That dude just yelled Cox? I'm pretty sure he just said Cox. All right, so, was it S mix ahead? Make that like, let's see if that fixes it. No. All right, so that did not fix it. So I'm gonna try and play. It's not crashing yet. It's definitely not crashing. Sorry, brother. Sorry there, brother. All right, so we're gonna try and here we go. It's not crashing yet. I'm just playing with one hand. And I'm using my penis to move for the keyboard and my the mouse. Yeah, I accidentally shot him. Oh, sorry there, bro. This is a good game, by the way. Soldier of Fortune's really a good game. I think some guy's pissing over here. Yeah, that guy's pissing. Did you see? He was taking a piss. I shot him in the dick. Shot him in the dick. Good game. I think some other guy's pissing in here. I think there's actually two guys. They're giving each other head in here, actually, if I remember correctly. Oh, yeah, maybe not. Okay, so it's actually not crashing. So kind of weird. Counter-Strike 2 crashes. Maybe that's something to do with Vulkan, because this is OpenGL and it works fine. Very interesting. Not crashing. But also, a lot of the settings I had to frame limit the FPS to 60. It's not working, as you can see. It's actually, my FPS is 160 right now. I'm like 170. So it disabled my frame limiting, which I did through AMD. So I don't know, kind of weird behavior here. That dude got me. All right, so interesting. OpenGL doesn't seem to crash. I don't have any direct 3D games to try, unfortunately. Although this is kind of buggy, as you can see. It's not full screen. Although I could maybe try and adjust that. Kind of interesting. Let me see if there's an open or a direct 3D game I have that I don't even know how I can. It's so glitched out. Like, see, like I don't know how to close. I don't know if I can. And the game's all weird. Maybe there's Alt F4. Or it did that. Okay. Goodness. All right. Maybe we're just in a hard reset, and I get to maybe think of a game I could try. Another game that would be. You know, I don't think so. I don't think I have any direct 3D games. But, you know, I guess I'll post about that. Maybe make another video of maybe when I get DWM working with Counter-Strike 2 and Vulkan in general. Maybe test another Vulkan game out and see if it crashes, and then rule out that it's Vulkan. I don't know. I got some testing to do, but I just thought it would be cool to show you, you know, how it runs. And I guess OpenGL, it runs okay, minus it not being full screen, or Some video driver settings not being applied. Oh, you know what? I don't even think, you know why I didn't? I don't even think I set it up yet because this was a fresh install. So I didn't even use AMD because I have a Gadeon card. So I didn't even set up the frame rate limiter. So I can't even say that. So don't, what I just said don't about the frame rate. I think I can probably still fix that. I think the video card can still be limited in frame rate. I think I just forgot to change the settings. So that's probably still possible. Um, so yeah, I guess OpenGL is okay. That's cool. You know, I honestly really do want to test some more. Let's do that. Let's try another game. Although it's going to be hard to launch any games because Steam doesn't render. I would have had to have made shortcuts to all the games in like a batch script or at least a shortcut and launch them that way, which is possible. Which would honestly be the only solution if you were, it would be the final solution if you were to, you know, go with no DWM here. So we're going to try and get the desktop to show somehow. I know that, you know, I hit Control Alt Delete and I know the menu won't pop up and for a while. There it goes. It just popped up. And then once I do that, I think if I hit Win R and then click over here, yeah, then yeah, okay, so I remember I did this before. So I hit like Windows key and R and then clicked on the recycling bin here, which is pretty trippy looking because it's just like the Windows 95 recycling bin on the screen only. And then what I did, I think I drag this and then yeah, and then it renders everything else. All right, so yeah, that's another way I guess the desktop will appear to you. There's some esoteric bullshit. Okay, so let's see, what game could I try? Well, let's try another Vulkan game. Let's rule that out. Let's try a Vulkan game. Let's see. I think Clive Barker's Undying has a Vulkan render that I use. It's a fan made, like it's a mod. It's the Vulkan render, but let's go. Let's try it. Let's rule out Vulkan. Okay, pretty cool. No DWM running. Really cool. How this is not running at all. Oh, I can't click anything. Oh wait. Okay, so the FPS is really low. You see my cursor's kind of dragging along there. Maybe if... Well, this ain't working too good. Oh. Oh boy. Let's see here. I'm gonna try and start a new game anyway, somehow. It's like that lady was saying, like, Seaman. She was like, Simon, Simon. It's a good opera song. You know, Italian's invented opera, so, you know, some OG shit right there. You know, so here's the cutscene. Oh, I accidentally skipped it. Wow, yeah, it runs like shit. Look at that. Yeah, this... So Vulkan, well, at least this, very buggy. So it seems like DWM is way too integrated, at least for Vulkan, which is kind of weird. Or at least this game, I don't know, it's just not usable at the moment. I don't know if there's like a setting. Like, I'm going to try and quit the game. As you can see, my cursor is moving so slow. Okay, there we go. Oh, all right. There we all right. Wow, somehow we were able to escape that. This is pretty cool. Look at this. Minus like part of the game still rendering up here. There's like part of the brick from the game on the file explorer here, which is pretty cool. But yeah, here's like the original, what's that game name for it? The ribbon, which I don't like. Some people like it. I think it looks just as gay as the Windows 11 one, so it looks real stupid. Um, Retarded. It should just be like these here. You know, you cut this part off and then just have these two, which would be fine. It would be more than enough, really, unless you could make it an option, but you have to have it on there. So let's try another. Let's try the Wheel of Time because I think that uses Vulkan too. I think that uses a Vulkan render. So let's try out another Vulkan game. Oh shit, what was that? Oh, apparently last time I ran this, it crashed. So okay, we'll just run it like normal. Oh, okay, it's crashing. Okay, that's not good. All right, so I guess that doesn't. Well, I don't know if I could blame that on myself or what. Let's see if Medal of Honor works. And this is gonna be the open Medal of Honor Allied Assault mod, which is really cool. So it adds like the IO Quake 3 features, like all the cool shit from IO Quake 3 that they improved on the Quake 3 engine, and they brought it over to Medal of Honor Allied Assault, naturally, because it's on that game's on the Quake 3 engine. So really cool, and it's a really good game. It's a really cool game. I like Medal of Honor. I grew up playing that. I grew up playing a bunch of games, but this is one of my mains from my childhood, actually, was Medal of Honor. Minus, like, Counter-Strike. Like, if I wasn't playing Counter-Strike, I was probably dicking around on the single player on Medal of Honor Allied Assault. Pretty good game. Weird thing is, I think the PlayStation 2... like Medal of Honor Allied Assault is like different than the PC version. So it's like if you have the PlayStation 2 copy of Medal of Honor Allied Assault, it's like its own game. It's like, so it's cool. It's like different and cool to have. It's like it's a whole different game. So we're gonna launch this with the mod, the open MOHAA mod. See what happens here. Oh, that's not good. All right, so it looked like it crashed, and this game uses OpenGL, but it didn't like. So really, it's just it's unusable, very unusable. Unless there might be some weird esoteric registry setting that will like disable some gay DWM stuff that may allow this to run. Maybe it's one of those DWM DLLs here. I could try to like go through each one and see if it might allow this stuff to run, but it may not even be worth it at this point. It's like, because your system's pretty hard to use unless there's something else you can do. But yeah, I guess I'll end the video here. Thanks for watching, and hopefully we find a way to get no DWM and play video games, on Windows 11, hopefully in future time. All right, I'll see you later.